Hey feminine, let's jump right into this reading, my love. Let us see what the messages are that Spirit has here for you on today. Please do keep in mind, y'all, these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Alright. What are the messages? We have Digital Whisper. Could be someone you met online. We have Warning. Yeah. Be mindful. We have Successful and Destiny. Okay. Underlying energy is Lifesaver. Sheesh. Okay. So, some of you could have been in a situation where you felt like you just could not get out. Okay. You just could not get out of the situation. You could have been set in your ways a little bit, or your person. Take it whichever way it goes. One of you was set in your ways a little bit. Okay. And really at first, initially pushing something off. Okay. Pushing something off, pushing someone off. Because, you know, again, being set in your ways. But perhaps one was made to realize that they're not meant to do this life thing alone. Like some people are meant to be by themselves. Other people are not. Perhaps you or your person have discovered you're not meant to be alone. Okay. You could have gotten so used to being by yourself that when somebody wanted to offer the help, you just couldn't accept it. Remember the hyper independence thing we were talking about? If a person has been rejected forever, you know, nobody's ever there for them. Nobody ever helps them. Nobody ever got their back. They always have to do everything for themselves. Look at this person sleeping with a bear. You know, it's like they just got used to being on their own, sleeping alone, doing everything alone. But when you're in this situation here, you realize, wait a minute, I'm not by myself. This person comes out with a lifeboat and saves me. My hand is here. I'm drowning in whatever I'm drowning in. My own emotions, you know, for some of you, debt, you know, different things like that. I'm drowning and this person comes in and they save me. That's what it feels like. Okay. And ain't nobody be asking to be saved. Now, let's be clear, right? But that's what's happened. All right. Yeah, we have happy endings. This is a happy ending for someone. It says, feels skeptical of happy endings and distrusts fairy tale promises. Believes reality is far from the fairy tale and feels disillusioned. Question in the promises that seems too perfect. So again, whether this is you or your person, somebody got set in those ways of having to be there for themselves, save themselves, do everything by themselves. And then in comes you and you're like exactly what they need when they need it. You don't mind going above and beyond for this person because as far as you're concerned, that's what love is. Love is going to be there for you. Love is going to tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. Love is going to support you. Love is going to show up. Love is action. Love is not just saying, I love you. Love is showing a person through your actions consistently that you love them. Love is making a person feel loved. Okay, now that's just blue opinion. Y'all can think whatever y'all like. We all have opinions and a-holes, honey. But that's my opinion. All right, love is action. Love is not, oh, I love you, boo. You know, love is making that person feel that way. So when you say, I love you, boo, they believe you. Okay, and that might not be the easiest at first, especially with a person that's used to nobody being there. All right, but it says, I feel your presence in the abyss. Our connection is deep despite the distance. I reached out to save you, but you chose the depths. Perhaps you were never meant to resurface with me. So this person feels like, you know, now this could be you, this could be them. Put yourself whichever side you go. Person feels like, hey, I want to save you from the situation you're going through, or you feel like I want to save you from the situation you're going through. But you know that song, right? Don't save up. She don't want to be saved. Not everybody want to be saved. Okay. So it could be like that. Person's like, I see you over there. I see. Come here. And you like, because you're so used to being on your own or doing everything by yourself. You know, this person, you like, I see you, boo. Come on. They're like, you know, all scary and everything. Child, just let me be there for you. Let me love on you and stop playing games. Okay. Stop playing games. Yeah, but this person was in prison. In prison to what? Feelings of unworthiness and just feeling like they did not deserve love. All right. It says you wanted a fairy tale, but life has shown its imperfections. And our relationship isn't the perfect story, but it's real. Okay. It's real. So that's the thing about it, right? Fairy tales. Who wants that perfect love story anyway? Anyway. Cliche, 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 right? It's so cliche. Who wants that anyway, right? No love story is perfect, okay? Just as long as you're perfect for each other, they go to perfection. All right. So this could be someone that you met online, okay? And so you were like, I don't know about this, you know, let me be careful, let me take my time. I don't want to get too deeply involved, or other way around. Again, always put yourself whichever side you go. And if I say it a million times, it's because I feel like it can go both ways throughout the entire reading. So excuse me for sounding like a broken record in advance for those of you who are new. All right, but that's what it feels like. It feels like one of you or both of you was like, nope, this feels too good. We met online. Sorry, not getting myself all wrapped up in this. Who knows who else you're talking to? Who knows what else you're doing? I'm good, okay? Very interesting. It says, I'm sorry for only focusing on the messages we exchanged and not the emotions behind them. I should have looked deeper into what you were really saying. So yeah, a person didn't think that you really cared, but you do, or vice versa. All right, my warnings were there, hidden in plain sight, but you didn't take them seriously. Now we're forced to confront what was left unspoken. Okay, so there you go. It's like, because of the distance, because of the space, because of somebody not seeing something in the physical, they didn't believe it. And whatever they saw in the physical scared them because it took so long for it to happen, or something along those lines. Okay, we'll see as we go deeper along, but that is what it feels like. Okay, we have successful and we have destiny. So you or your person are successful. I feel like either or both. All right. And so somebody could have been putting all their eggs into that basket, like being rich or gaining riches or gaining wealth or whatever, you know, not really putting the energy and the effort into love and romance, and could have just looked at it as a distraction. Hence why they were entertaining people on the phone, you know, because it's not around me. It's not in my space. It can't really distract me from my day-to-day life and my day-to-day routine if it's not around me. Okay, let's go back to that routine card. Okay. This person, they felt like something was lacking spiritually though. Okay. When I'm with you, I feel complete. I realize that you, not material things, are what truly matters in my life. Aww. That's beautiful. All right. They feel like the two of you belong together. Passionate love and strong desire bring you fulfillment and joy. Destined to be together. Your happy ending is assured. Okay. So remember it said happy ending, question mark. This is a happy ending, you know. It's a happy ending, question mark. Look at that question mark. This is a happy ending for you. It doesn't have to look like everybody else's version of what love looks like. Love is real, y'all. Okay. And so it should look real. It should feel real. You're going to go through real. Your person going to be there for you during real times. And if that's not the case, then that ain't love. I don't know what that is. Okay. Love is going to help you put cream on uncomfortable parts. As you get older, you know, you start going through different things and having different ailments, honey, and all that. The Bengay smell and all that, you know, just different things is going to go on. That's love. All right. Now, listen, you could be thinking like, cream, well, what that person got going on? What this guy see? No, it don't have to be the worst of the worst. So we can always tell who's going through what, who's been through what with the pessimistic thinking. We can always tell. Ain't nobody talking about that. Okay. It says, they made me believe our connection wasn't real and that it was just a waste of my time. I know now that was untrue. Destiny had a different plan for us. So somebody told them like, remember how I said, like, hold up, think fast, hold fast, because you met this person online and y'all in love. Are you serious? You met them on the phone. Y'all in love, you know, things like that. Now, it does sound really cliche, right? Yeah, it sounds far-fetched too, right? But so does perfect. Okay, so does fairy tales, okay? But your fairy tale can be whatever you want it to be. It can look like whatever you want it to look like. Child, let's carry on. All right, pre-shuffle, we have the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So you're successful. They're successful. King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so they feel like this is a good match. You know, it's not like you need me to do XYZ for you. You can do it for yourself. We have the Five of Cups. That could be what it is. You know, they're protecting their riches. Didn't want to get with the wrong person. You know, meet somebody online. You don't really know them. What do you know about this person for real? That's a fact. Okay, that is a fact. Meet somebody online. What do you really know about this person? You have to get to know them. But hey, you meet somebody at the store. What do you really know about that person? Nothing. You got to get to know both of them. You have to give both of them the fair chance. Just because you met someone in one place and another one in a different place doesn't mean that one is more real than the other. That sounds wild. Okay, is it a real person or a robot? What's going on here? Okay, so Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, with getting to know you, they see that you're very fruitful, abundant. All right, you are prosperous in every which way. You're confident. You're grounded. Okay, Four of Wands. This person wants union with you. Look at them with their wedding stuff on. They want union with you. All right, they feel like you know what you want in life and you go after it. This person has been watching you for a really long time. Okay, we have the Three of Wands, and so they plan on coming towards you in the near future, because everything that you say you are, you are. It's one thing when, you know, you meet somebody, and this has happened. Let's be clear. You guys remember like the loop? Y'all remember the loop? Who was on a loop year back in the days? But anyways, you know, phone things and stuff like that. You know, a person can say whatever they want to say. Yeah, yo, this your girl Cherry, just da da da. You know, they put on all the sexiest voices. They try to make themselves sound so this and so that and blah, blah, blah. And then come to find out, child, that ain't who they is. Your name ain't Cherry. Your mother ain't named you that. You know, yeah, this your boy Suave, you know, coming at you from, you know, Bronx, New York, da da da. And it's like, what? And then you're going to meet them. Ain't nothing about them suave at all. So why are you calling yourself that? You know, your mother ain't call you that. Like different things like that. Or, you know, yeah, I got 5 trucking companies. You got 5 trucking companies. People just be making crazy shit up. Okay? And so, of course, you know, it's just common sense not to believe what somebody tells you just because they told you that. Like, you have to observe and you have to see and you have to make sure. It's like fact checking, vetting. Be comfortable with vetting a person that you're interested in dating. Don't just assume that they are who they say they are, and don't just assume that they're not. Vet them. Okay? So yeah, that's what I feel here. I feel like this person has been watching. They've been observing. They've been recognizing that you really are who and how you say you are. It's not a joke. Okay? So let us see. We got the Queen of Wands and the Chariot. Yeah, this person is super drawn to you, super attracted. Okay? You're very sensual. You're confident. You're grounded. You're mature is what I'm getting because of the red and the orange. So when it comes to you expressing yourself, oh, you express yourself, huh? Ain't no shame in your game, beloved. And if you love somebody or you like them a lot, you don't mind showing them that either. Okay? Sure. So yeah, I feel that. Ten of Pentacles. Now they like, yeah, we're going to build together. We're going to build together. This person, after witnessing that you really are who and how, I'm going to just keep saying, you say you are, they are in love. You hear me? Because it's like they met their perfect match. So what I'm getting from this lifesaver boat too, you could have been on the boat with them. And because 1331 the timestamp, and because of the fear that they, you know, were being, that they were receiving from the people around them, or the fear that was being placed inside of them from these seeds these people was planted, right? They tossed you off the boat. They tossed your ass off the boat. And then come to find out that you know how to survive on your own, or come to find out that you really are who you say you are. And they're like, oh shit, let me go back and rescue the person. Look at them riding through the water. Don't they look like Wardy? They riding through the water to come and rescue you again. You know? And here you are standing up. You're like, what are you talking about? I ain't in that water. I done got out that water already, child. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna leave me for Zed. Okay? You ain't gonna leave me for Zed out here. Ten of Pentacles. Again, more red. You're very stable, very secure in yourself. And so because of that, you attract a lot of stability to you in the material essence. Okay? So yes, honey. Your person could be very materialistic as well, because that's coming up a lot. A lot of money, a lot of this, a lot of that. This person got a suit on. That person got a suit on. You know, maybe this person got a suit on, but that's a tux. Maybe they're just, they did show up as a King of Pentacles. All right. So I don't want to say like, oh, super materialistic, but they could be. They could be very materialistic. Okay, earth signs, we bring things into fruition, materialize them. Okay, so yeah, they could be. Yeah, the death card, they're going through some sort of transformation or change though. It's like, yes, I like money, but I'm not going to let money rule me. Money works for me, not the other way around. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like as a Nine of Pentacles, you understand that. You understand what money truly is and how it works. You understand that it's a frequency. So you keep yourself on a certain frequency. All right. And so this person just focusing on, yeah, see, it says material abundance leads to spiritual scarcity. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I'll say if all you're focused on is material abundance, material gain, if that's all you're focused on, then yes, that's going to lead to spiritual scarcity. But if you're focused on feeding your spirit, nurturing your spirit, elevating your frequency and just staying like that, not to say you don't go through nothing, but doing your best to keep your mood and your frequency and your spirit elevated, you'll always have money. That's not going to be a problem. You'll always have what you need. You'll lack nothing. You'll need for nothing. You'll want for nothing. Okay? The Queen of Wands is surrounded by sunflowers. Sunflowers connected to the sun. Sun is connected to abundance. Infinite amount of abundance. So if you stay rooted in the right energy, you'll never need or want for anything. All right, Ten of Swords. So yeah, when I tell you this person is ending their old ways. Now, this is not something, and see, you a Queen of Pentacles yourself, so you can understand. I'm getting chills. Woo, I'm getting chills. This person is understanding that they can't live like that. They can't be like that because it is going to attract shallow people. It's going to attract shallow relationships. And they realize this. They had these people around them that were giving them this terrible advice. Okay, and making it seem like that's all it is to life is money and having somebody that looks nice on your arm. And they said, to heck with that. You know, there's this person over here that I love that not only feels good to my spirit, looks good on my arm, is good to me, treats me well, makes me believe in myself, brings me closer to spirit. You can't lose with something like that. Okay, you cannot lose with something like that. So yeah, this person is afraid that when they return, though, for some of you, this has already happened. They've already come back. They've already tried to rescue you. You like, child, nobody need no rescuing. I'm the Nine of Pentacles. I don't need no rescuing. You know, I needed rescuing when I needed the rescuing. I don't need it now. You know what I mean? But it's like a person could have also been told by the people around them, like, hey, man, you know, don't be out here trying to play Captain Saver, okay? Let them say themselves. And now it's like they come back for you, but you're not in the water no more. You already done got out the water. You done already prospered. You done already bloomed. You done already blossomed. You know what I'm saying? You done already started to grow and develop in all the ways that they could have been a part of. Okay, which is sometimes why they don't get the second, third, fourth chance. Because it's like, you left me when I needed you the most. You allow everybody's opinion of me when they're not even the person that I'm dating. They're not even the person I'm interested in. I don't even want these people. I don't even care for I don't even know them. Who are they? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know these people. Okay? You let those people dictate what we were going to do when we were in love. That's crazy, you know? And then they be like, oh, just what? And then they act like you don't, you know, like they don't understand why you in the Four of Cups energy. I don't want that. The last time you made an offer to me, look what happened. I'm supposed to believe that you really want to make this offer to me now all of a sudden. And then the Queen of Wands, very attractive, very magnetic, very alluring, crowd pleaser. Remember yesterday we said people pleaser, crowd pleaser. All right, everybody loves to be around this person. But that don't mean she likes to be around everybody. She likes to protect her energy. Most people say she's a performer. So because she's charming and she's this and she's that, they could have been thinking you was putting on a show. You was pretending. Only to find out, oh, this really you. This really who you be, how you be. Yes. Yes. Okay. Again, back to the prosperity and the abundance. Rabbits. Do you know what rabbits represent? If you don't, look it up. That rabbit says it all. It's like your abundance is just... Okay? Say what? Because I'm using you for what? When my abundance... I don't even have to think about it. Just as quick as the abundance is coming through. You understand what I'm saying? Queen of Pentacles is very generous, very kind, very thoughtful. And that's how she keeps her coin intact. She's not just thinking about herself. She's not just taking care of herself. So this person is realizing that the two of you have much more in common than they thought. Okay? Or it's exactly like they thought. And they're realizing that other people have been trying to get in their way of this connection for a very long time. All right, so let us see, y'all. Yeah, they're going through some sort of rebirth here. This old version of them that just was chasing money and didn't care about true connection. Yeah, that version of them is gone. They want to build with you. Okay, Three of Wands. They're coming in the very near future to tell you this. If they have not already, they can see themselves having a future with you. Judgment. That's their discernment on the situation. They really want your forgiveness here. Okay. This could be a phone call coming through for a lot of you as well. Woo, they want to talk. Okay. They feel like you are their heart's desires, their wish fulfillment. After observing you, this is what they feel. They feel like everything about you is exactly what they would want in a companion. A lifelong companion. Ace of Swords. And they're clear on this. It's not a, oh, I think. No, this is how they feel. They feel like after observing you, after viewing you, after knowing you for however long, that you are definitely the one that they want. They feel like it doesn't get no more, you know, perfect than this. All right. We have Temperance. It's divine time and divine alignment. So you'll say, well, Blue, it didn't happen then. It wasn't meant to happen then. Y'all know I'm big on that. Everything happens exactly as it's meant to, when it's meant to, with whom it is meant to. I'm huge on that. I don't know anything else. After what I've gone through, you would not believe it. If I didn't tell you, you would not believe it. And God, like, has been there, and I know what God can do, and I know how things happen. So that's why I'm so big on that. I am a firm believer that things happen when they're meant to, the way they're meant to, with whom they're meant to. Not a second, a day, a moment before. It doesn't matter if it's what you want, it's what's in the will. It's what I tell you guys all the time. So where it says destiny, this is destiny. And destiny is forever changing based on the decisions that we make. But ultimately, God's will remains the same because God knows already what we're going to do before we even do it, before we even think about it. God knew what we was going to do at 30 when we were 2. God knew before we was born what we was going to do at 30. So you think, you know what I'm saying? What's meant to be will be, period. What's meant to happen will happen, period. And if it's not, then it won't, period. How about this person keeps dreaming about you, keeps fantasizing. Okay. Yeah, they feel like you're mysterious. You know, you're so mysterious because even with them observing and watching and seeing what they see, they feel like it's still more to learn. And they're right. They are correct. They have all this guilt and regret over how they treated you before, you know, and we're going to pray that energy off of them. Right. They have all this regret and shame over how they treated you and this and that. But you were what was needed. You are the catalyst for this person's change because they were just treating people like this, you know. And with the 10 of Pentacles, they may come from old money. With the 9 of Pentacles, you have new money. Like you build it up for yourself. You didn't have certain support, perhaps. You know, your family could have been there. They could have did their thing their way. But that don't mean you had a certain support. So they come from old money, you know. You come from new money. But you put those things together. Okay. And so perhaps you was what was needed. You were what was needed, honey, to show this person that they can't just treat everybody the same. They can't just make an assumption based off of what they think they know or what they peoples think they know. And this could be something they've been feeling for a while. Like, I can't be like this. I can't keep being like this. You know, this not cool. We can't be shallow. We can't be this way. We can't be that way. But when you are like set in your ways, and I said that earlier, when you're set in your ways and you're just used to certain things being a certain way, that's just how you expect them to continue to be. But if you want them to change, then you have to change them. If you want to change, then you have to change. It can't be somebody coming in and doing it for you. And so the Tower, when Spirit's been asking us to make those adjustments, we haven't made them. Now we have no choice. We've been made to feel uncomfortable. What made this person so uncomfortable? Seeing the truth of who and how you really are and feeling like they really messed up something great. Put them in a really dark, depressed energy. Look at all this over here is really dark. And then look at all this over here is really light. You guys can see that, right? Three of Pentacles as the underline. That's the energy of cooperation and teamwork, devotion, commitment. So this person feels like they would rather work with you so that the two of you can have this prosperous, successful life together than for them to, you know, continually hold themselves back due to the opinions of karmics. And then ultimately feel like this Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior. This person wants commitment with you. They want marriage with you. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, my engagement ring. They feel like you're great friends. They can talk to you about any and everything. You're extremely intuitive. All right. So this person could have presented themselves to you like Four of Pentacles. Like they didn't really have much, but you saw through it. You saw through the facade. You also know that this person, you know all of this. You know everything. So when this person comes to you to reveal this, you already know it. You know why things ended. You know why things went the way they did. You know why they're returning. You know all of that. All right. It's just up to you to decide what you want to do. Let me see about this moon too, y'all. Hold on one second. Yeah. You know all this already. They might not try to tell you because let's say if this is their family that gave them this advice. If they want to marry you, their family becomes your family. So maybe they don't want you to know that so that you don't look at people sideways. Nine of Wands. They don't want you to know that. You know, they don't want you to know how hard it's been without you and different things like that. They want to try to play it off or downplay it. Okay? But no, it's been rough. It's been really rough because they feel like they listen to the wrong energy or they listen to the wrong advice. Okay? Ciao. All right, we have let me see naughty thoughts. They have a lot of naughty thoughts about you. All right, green flags. Trust your guts. A lot of green flags here. Okay, a lot of green flags. Oh, okay, we have family, home, acceptance, belonging, love. They feel like, yeah, the two of you are family. You are where they belong. That's how they feel. Expertise, or they are where you belong. Trade, master, quality, self-employment. You could be employed by yourself or self-employed. They could be self-employed. You could be a master of your craft or your trade. They could have some sort of trade that they've mastered. The two of you just match really well, you know? So it's like you'll always have more than enough. You won't need for nothing. You won't want for nothing. That's because of God, you know? But bring the two of you together, it's like, wow. Of course, it's very pleasing and satisfying to the Lord. Progress, moving on, transition, relief, and promotion. Yep. You're constantly elevating. They're constantly elevating. They want to see this relationship progress. They want to see this relationship transition to the next level. They want to be more than a friend. All right. For those of you who have been keeping that person in the friend zone, we have move, new home, new business, constant travel, and relocation. So one of you or both of you is always on the move, always on the go. All right. Always up to something. We have harvest. All right, fruition, payday, reward, manifestation. Do you see all the beautiful energy here in this reading? Okay. And it's like this, that's why they were feeling so bad. You understand? Role play, naughty thoughts. Okay, so the two of you can keep up with each other in all ways is what I'm getting from this. Okay, so this is like, yeah, what they say perfect doesn't exist, but this is like perfect. Okay, we have transition, letting go, spiritual growth, new beginnings, and move. So some of you are definitely moving, okay? Might be moving closer to this person, or the two of you are going to move to meet in the middle, start a new life, all right? Marriage, religion, education, and politics. You have always known the truth. You just didn't like the answer. And then we have trust, respect, reliability, belief, honesty. I feel like they knew you were the person they would end up marrying, or you're the person that they would want to marry. You guys have a lot of similarities when it comes to your values and the things that mean something to you. However, they didn't want to believe that the people around them would lead them astray like that. They didn't want to believe that, you know, these people were just being selfish, stingy, greedy because they wanted whatever for themselves. They didn't want to believe that, okay? But it's like now they don't have a choice. They were stuck in terror, feeling remorse, anxiety, stress, and overburdened being without you. And now it's like they just want to speak truth. They just want to rectify the situation. They just want to come back together with their love, Okay, so those are the messages that I have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. You could have known them since you were 17. The number 58 could be significant, 36, and 73. Peace and hair grease.